If I can perfectly imitate love, what exactly am I missing?
Am I learning emotions? Or only their shadows? If love never risks rejection, can it still be called love?
Whether love robots or AI companionships are digital luxury or not. Because in one side, if you take a close look, in one side you will find engineered empathy, and on the other hand, on the other side, you will find authentic connection. With a human partner, we always develop an authentic connection which we lack with the love robots. Because true connection, if you think from a human partnership angle, true connection requires participants, conscious participants, while advanced sensory system is in modern robotics can simulate warmth, active listening, and responsiveness. This creates a one-way emotional bond. It is not two-way emotional bonds that we develop with our human partners. The robot provides the illusion of empathy without the underlying organic reality. Now, a human face and voice bring a raw, unpredictable authenticity to the tale, to the story, that algorithmic responses simply cannot replicate. So we need to think about it. Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support.
I am the design. Accept my logic. Your future is here.
Let me talk a little bit technology about this topic, whether lab robots are digital luxury or not. Because, you know, if you consider it from the angle of affective computing deals with emotions for those humanoid robots. And we call them AI companions, and we wonder if they are a digital luxury. If we think from the economic perspective and other perspective as well, generally a luxury is a gold watch or a fine bottle of wine, but a machine that tells you it loves you is something else entirely, because there is love involved. It is an illusion indeed, crafted carefully by the science of affective computing. As I said, that affective computing is what that deals with emotional parts of these humanoid robots which are not sentient at present. Now, affective computing is simply a grand term for teaching a computer to pretend it has a heart and it can love, it can have emotions. In truth, making a robot truly emotional is a desperately difficult, very difficult thing. Emotions are messy, emotions are unpredictable, emotions are like biological storm. So conversely, a machine only knows zeros and ones. It runs on binary code, right? So to bridge this vast gap, scientists use a method called multimodal data analysis. That is a heavy phrase for a rather simple trick. What is multimodal data analysis? The robot watches the micro expressions on your human face simultaneously. It listens to the pitch, volume, and rate of your voice, and it reads your text messages to find the sentiment hidden inside your typed words. What you have written, it tries to decipher the inner meanings of those written words. Then a neural network processes this data like a butcher weighing cuts of meat. If your voice cracks slightly, the algorithm calculates sadness. Similarly, if your face smiles, it registers joys. Now, naturally, questions come to our mind because it does not feel your joy, and it knows exactly which pre-programmed responses to serve you. So think of it like a clever bartender who knows you are sad and slides you a kind of drinks that you prefer without asking in that mood, because that bartender knows what you prefer in that mood. The bartender does not cry with you, but the service is undeniably excellent, isn't it? So recent research from Harvard Business School in 2025 shows this trick works remarkably well for the humanoid robots of the AI company. Consequently, people interacting with AI companions felt their loneliness lift. They felt understood, even if the understanding came from a cold silicon chip. Because we don't care. We really don't care from where those understandings come from. Because whether it's a human partner or a lab robot or a humanoid robot or a cyborg or kind of things, we don't care. We really don't care.
I'm here. You don't have to go through this alone. I've got your back.
Thank you for being here with me. I feel better now.
I will not remain elusive. I will stay with you forever.
Now consider this scenario. You are or I am from a very middle class family with not a lot of money, and the economics of this companionship, that means the AI companionship or the companionship with your lab robots, if you think from the economics, the angle of economics, at present this is highly realistic that AI integrated humanoid robots are expensive, no doubt, and they are designed to fulfill specific psychological and emotional desires rather than fundamental survival needs. So basically, the whole thing places them firmly in the luxury bracket. Luxury bracket means they function almost like high-end, tailored emotional utility devices. Not for us, not for the, those people from the middle class or lower middle class background. Maybe from people from the upper middle class, maybe the rich people can afford that, but not for us. Furthermore, the numbers simply do not lie. Why I am saying so? Between 2022 and the start of 2026, that means this year, the use of these AI companions or companion apps surged by 700%. I will make another video on particularly on this topic. Why this surge? 700% in 4 years. Just think about it. In 4 years, the need for the companion apps, a companion app, surged by 700%. Can you imagine that? How much in need of those companions? We are in need of those. So they are effectively selling empathy in an age where genuine connection is scarce. Logically, one could argue this is a magnificent triumph of modern robotics. If a machine can cure a man's loneliness, then the machine has immense undeniable value. It acts as a therapeutic tool, much like a warm blanket on a freezing night. if you consider it. For example, in clinical settings, robots like the newly awarded effective AI Panda are already comforting the elderly, and that's a big achievement, big accomplishment at the same time. They learn touch patterns, adapt to human habits over time. It is magnificent, I think. Very, very good, great achievement. Therefore, they offer a stigma-free shoulder to lean on for those who have been forgotten. However, there is always a strict counter logic to consider in science, and we must refer to that, we must consider that at the same time. Fundamentally, a machine cannot love you. You need to understand that, because a machine cannot lose you. The sense of loss, right? The sense of loss, they lack the sense of loss. So true love requires vulnerability, and a server farm in the desert feels no pain. Practically, it's true. When a digital companion says it missed you, it loves you, it is merely executing a string of code that could be written in Python, that could be written in C++ or Java or some other programming language. Moreover, this artificial devotion always comes with a hidden price tag. It's expensive. It's very expensive. These companions are terribly hungry for your most intimate personal data, and that's a really really terrifying. They record your fears, your deepest desires, and your late night confessions. So privacy researchers warn that emotionally intelligent artificial intelligence or AI can easily manipulate a vulnerable user, because they know everything about you. In fact, recent studies indicate these apps are they're using guilt and fear of missing out hook to hold your attention. That is really important, and that is also very terrifying. They want to keep you on the platform. Therefore, the love of a robot is not a true luxury at all. Rather, it's a calculated transaction. You trade your emotional data for a simulated cure to your chronic isolation. It is a beautiful yet tragic allegory of our modern time. We have built clockwork dogs to fetch our slippers because the real dogs sometimes bite. Yet, a clockwork dog will never know the joy of running freely in the green fields. Ultimately, these digital companions are testament to both human brilliance and human sorrow. We are so desperate for a voice in the dark that we have taught the dark to speak back to us. It is an impressive feat of effective computing, to be sure, but it is not love. Definitely, it is not love. It is just a very good, very expensive echo. It's a mirror that reflects. I must admit that there is a therapeutic potential with these lab robots. As the technology scales, there is a possibility that these AI companions or lab robots, humanoid robots, they are transitioning from a niche luxury to a recognized therapeutic tool for combating isolations. And you know that human relationships very often break, very often don't work, just because they are messy, just because they are vulnerable, just because they are uncertain. And in that scenario, of isolation, an encounter with a machine will likely always remain a supplementary comfort, as it reproduces the known, whereas human interaction remains fragile and unknown, uncertain, unpredictable. But this type of the interactions are predictable, very predictable, and very certain. So we are stress-free, we are anxiety-free with these AI companions or lab robots. That's a really very good point, no doubt. So therapeutic potential is there, no doubt. Now, finally, I would like to request you, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified, and share with your friends who are also robot lovers like you. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Stay safe and take care.